There's some days I go into the gym and I do like my first set of like back squats, and then I actually walk out because I'm hungry and I need to do something else instead. And then the next day I'm like, cool, I'll come back and I'll finish off the rest of the session. But I know there and then I'm not going to get the very best of myself in that moment. So there's no point in holding that kind of the guilt or the not being able to complete a session. It's fine. It's more, I think it's taking that higher level of yourself and going, actually, I know I can't do that today. So tomorrow or the weekend, I'm going to come back and I'm going to finish without any of that judgmental space. And I think that's the big thing of what you were saying as well, in terms of when it comes to mindset or headspace around everything. It's how we choose to turn up and how we choose to approach things for ourselves, and know that it's take away from everyone else's opinions and what we think is a failure or a success, and we decide for ourselves.
100%. And this comes back to the NLP stuff that I was just talking about, like how you define success is going to determine your actions. You know, like to tie into that example of going to the gym, you know, going to the gym, my program says that I'm doing a heavy strength session today. You know, had a stressful day, didn't sleep very well. You know, I was putting out fires all day, whatever. Let's say I'm training after work when I typically train before work. My day's just been all over the place. So, you know, yes, I'm still going to go to the gym. Well, sometimes I'm going to go to the gym. Sometimes I'm not. Okay, but this is, you know, it's a higher level of thinking, because it's something that I've conditioned myself and I'm okay with. Now, if some people are on a different level of thinking and they feel guilty about not going to the gym, then, hey, still go to the gym, but instead of doing your heavy strength program, go, you know what? I'm just going to do a little bit of mobility work. I'm going to do a little bit of breath work. If I feel like jumping on a couple of machines and getting a little bit of a pump before I walk out of here, awesome. If I feel like jumping on a stepper or a bike or whatever and just rolling the legs over, getting some blood flow going, getting the heart rate up a little bit, working on some aerobic work, then sweet. Like, that's a fucking win. Walk out of the gym going, you know what, I came into the gym and I got something done that was actually beneficial for me. And again, I'm training. That's complementing my life. It's adding to my life rather than taking away from it. Yes, I didn't get my strength session done like I was supposed to, but you know, I made an informed decision, and I made an adjustment to get something done to allow that recovery adaptation, so that tomorrow I can, you know, I'm setting myself up for tomorrow so that I can walk in, I can catch up on that strength session tomorrow, you know. But then there's going to be other times where you know, some people are on a different level of thinking again, where you know, maybe they're programmed to do a heavy strength session, have the same shitty day, they're on the back foot all day, blah, blah, blah. For them, maybe going to the gym is going to elicit those feelings of guilt because they don't go through their strength session. They're so rigid, and they go and they do their mobility work and their aerobic work, and they walk out and they feel shit about themselves. They feel guilty. All right, instead of doing that, go to the beach or whatever, and maybe go for a walk along the beach, or go for a hike, or, you know, go and walk the dogs, or whatever it might be. Like, still do something active, but something that you're actually going to enjoy, that's not going to elicit, you know, that guilty response. Because I think that's a big thing, and this is why it's so difficult as coaches. It's so complex, and every single person, we can use these same principles, but every single person we need to give different advice to, you know, taking into account their personality, taking into account you know, their experiences and their mindset. You know, for you to walk into the gym, knock out a warm up, go through your first set of squats and be like, I'm not feeling it today. I'm going to go and get a feed instead, because that's going to be more beneficial to me. You know, you're able to do that because you've conditioned yourself to that, and you've had those conversations with yourself, and you've also created, this is a big one as well, you've also created intention around what you're doing. Your intention was, I'm going to go into the gym, I'm going to get this training session done, and then you feel it, and you're like, I'm not feeling good. I don't feel like I'm going to get the most out of myself. I feel like going for a walk, a kilometer down the road, one of my favorite cafes, put my feet up, chill out for a little bit, listen to a podcast before I walk back into the gym and start working with my next clients again. That's going to be more beneficial for you. But you've also created intention around that, which then removes those guilty feelings